Alright, g'day guys, and welcome. My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to episode 1 of Curse of Strahd, our D&D 5th edition adventure that takes place in a land forgotten by time, but remembered always by an eternal pluming night, the lands of Barovia. Journeying into this desolate and dark and dreary place is, of course, my wonderful Patreons who have decided to support my channel, be all-around awesome people, and join me for today. So, of course, we are going to go and meet them and see what awesome things they have in planned for these characters. But before we do so, I want to give a big shout out, of course, to the people involved, of course. First of all, the Patreons. Secondly, to Fantasy Grounds, which is, of course, the virtual tabletop that we will be using. And to Hero Forge for the very, very pretty and amazingly awesome looking tokens that you will also enjoy for the course of today. Now, as always, guys, my games that I run online are fun and for all intention, my players. However, I don't like my audience to sit idle either. So if you are in the audience and you are watching, then you can play in this game as well by contributing through either DAG Dollary Dues, which I need you guys to actually type into chat if you donate the DAG Dollary Dues, because my thing doesn't show me all the cool stuff like Eddie's does. If you have donated for the DAG Dollary Dues, they have a whole bunch of fun little options there. But for free, if you guys would like to, you can give me a number between 1 to 51, and I will go through this deck of plot twists that I will then draw from and try to insert at some point during the course of the game. These random plot twists can sometimes benefit the group, they can sometimes hinder the group, but regardless, they will always be a laugh. So, without any further ado, let's meet these characters, let's see what's going on. Let's start with the ever-lovable and familiar face to the channel, Neil from Immersion Diversion. G'day, Neil.
Hello, Michael. How you doing, chat? How you doing, guys?
So Neil, first of all, let's start by let's do a game zero question. I love asking this question of my players and stuff like that. What are your expectations for Curse of Strahd? Have you played it before? Is it something that you're excited to do? Tell me, what is your vibe?
I have played a bunch of like D&D before, but I've never actually played Curse of Strahd, so I'm a little excited to play this.
Nice. And who are you playing?
I'm playing Vigog Gagev, the Goliath Wizard. And as weird as that might sound to some of you, I've been excited to like mix and match different races and classes to see how they play. That's kind of how I always enjoy making characters, is see how it goes, make it fun for yourself, you know?
All right, so. Fantastic. All right. Next up, a relatively new face to the channel, but a very old and dear face that I know, is none other than the face of my ever long-term friend Tim, who is here. Yay! Hi, Tim.
Hey, Michael.
I feel like you are actually my oldest friend. Not like, you know, you're the oldest person I know, but like I don't even remember how long I've known you, dude.
Seeing you for the first time. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Probably more than 10 years. Could be pushing 15, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it is close to that. Something like that, like, you know, crazy. So, Tim, for the first time, welcome to the channel. Tell us, what are your expectations for today's game? Oh, well, for the game in general, for the adventure.
Well, for the adventure, I just briefly read the player's handbook guide for it, and so it looked like we're expecting vampires and intrigue and things like that. I don't know anything else about the story itself other than we get lost in the mists and find ourselves there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm expecting it should be quite a lot of fun, but there could also be a bit of maybe a twinge of horror here and there.
Oh, just a twinge. Tiny little bit. You know. All right. And who will you be playing today?
I'll be playing Demiro Soundhoof, a satyr bard, or I always used to pronounce it satire, but I've been corrected since then.
It is definitely like not satire.
I love satire. It sounds fancy. Fancy bard.
Yeah, given his nickname by his parents, both through his gift of the tongue and his love of music. And yeah, traveling the world, looking for the next party and the next group of friends to share it with.
Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Some more familiar faces, of course. We have joining us today, of course, Charles, otherwise known as the Iron Ghost Gamer. G'day, Charles. Nice to have you around the table.
Thanks very much, Mike. How's it going?
Oh, going super well, man. So, what are your
Good.
expectations for Curse of Strahd?
Mate, I'm really an open book here. I've never really played D&D, so this is the first adventure. Kind of looking for just see what's out there, see what's going to happen. I've heard things from Curse of Strahd being pretty adventurous, pretty scary stuff, so hoping to get into it, man.
Very true, very true. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is actually one of your first experiences with Dungeons & Dragons or role-playing in general?
Absolutely the first.
The first? Oh, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You definitely chose a doozy to jump into the deep end with, but
Absolutely.
I will do my best to not disappoint.
Yeah.
Tell us about your amazing character.
I'm playing Argento Drace, the Silver Ravenite Dragonborn, who is a paladin.
Very nice.
He's a bit of a mystery character. He's got a bit of a sort of a vengeful spite to him, a bit of a dark past. We'll sort of try and delve into that as we get through the game.
All right. Ooh, I like that. I like the mystery. I like that there's like this secret stuff coming up. That's awesome. All right. And last, of course, but certainly not least, someone who I've had the pleasure of playing and GMing with a few times now. None other than the ever delightful McBluff, otherwise known as McKinley or Mac to me. G'day, Mac. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. Oh, I already asked how are you today, but
You can ask again. I like being asked how I am.
how are you?
I'm super well. Thank you for asking. What are you expecting from this game of mystery and intrigue? Because, well, actually, no. Let me go back a little bit. It was actually Mac who was the first person to take the seat on this Patreon journey, and it was actually Mac's suggestion that led us to playing Curse of Strahd. So I guess my question for you, very specially, is not what are your expectations, but why Curse of Strahd? What led you down this road or down this this cobblestone path to Curse of Strahd?
Well, I don't know a lot about it, but I do know that I do like Gothic horror, so that's the first thing. And I'm excited because from what I've heard, there's both intense combat and intense social situations, and I like a good mix of those.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm a huge horror fan. I have been so for many, many years. Anyone who has followed me all my career, I love having a splash of horror in everything I do. So I was very excited to run this. If I were gonna run any D&D adventure, because this is actually my first D&D module. Like I've run D&D 5th edition adventures before, but this is the first time I've picked up a module and actually tried to run it. So I'm glad it's this. I'm super, super excited. All right, Mac, tell us about Esther.
Esther is a traveling speaker of the grave of sorts, trying to make her late teacher proud.
All right, and I believe Esther is a changeling
Grave cleric.
grave cleric. Nice, nice. All right. Well, I cannot wait to see you play it. I've already had a little bit of a taste of the character, so I can't wait to see that come into fruition. All right, we have some plot twists here, which I am just finally typing into chat here. So anyone who is watching this either live or watching this as a VOD later on, you'll get to be on the lookout for the cards as they get played. But without any further ado, let us begin today's session. Okay. Our journey begins in a quiet, relatively unassuming city, a walled-off city with large, high-risen mortar and stone walls that seem to surround a very hustling and bustling town. Inside, the people seem to be quite jovial. They seem to be hard at work. A busy day. Pretty much has many of these stalls and merchants moving through the center of this huge city square. travelers from far and wide have gathered in order to try and share their stories, share their wealth, and of course, to share good tales. Now, there is a notice banged up on the doors of many of the public establishments, such as the tavern called the Tequila Mockingbird, the local inn called the Missing Arms, and of course in the central square itself, along a large pylon which stretches to the sky, depicting a very noteworthy goddess of light and prosperity. The notice says thus: "Hear ye, hear ye. Those who are from out of town are hereby proclaimed to be of the lands not listed under the Treaty of the Alliances of the Fifth Accord, are hereby disbarred from city limits. This includes the city and its surrounds. A reward of 15 farthings shall be awarded to any who can repel this pestilence from the lands. Hereby signed, Duke Ereborn." Now, the Duke Ereborn is of course referring to the wandering minstrels and travelers that have plagued the streets and the roads of the countryside. The problem is that for a predominantly merchant town, it is troublesome to have people who travel around the roads taking people's hard-earned money through their goods and services before they've had a chance to come to the city. It is his job to repel them, and he has offered not really that much money, to be fair. He's a kind of a skinflint, but it's still money nonetheless. Now, the four of you have been traveling together for around about a month. You are not necessarily close to one another, but you have, of course, enjoyed each other's traveling companionship. Right now, it's a relationship of convenience, for one reason or another. One of you steps forth to look at the poster. This is, of course, a large, stoic, and muscular individual by the name of Argento. As you step forward, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'll tell you what I would really like to do is go find this dude. Seems like a bit of a jerk, but I guess I would ask the others in the group what we all think of this. What do we think of this notice here? How do we feel about this?
I mean, surely they don't mean me as a traveling minstrel.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. This is a bit of a threat to us, guys. What do you guys think, Esther and Agog?
Sure, it's peculiar. As
so
I take a closer look.
Yeah.
Esther?
Not sure what they mean by pestilence.
Well, as Vigar goes and inspects the notice, you hear a voice coming from behind. It appears to be a strong voice coming from what looks to be a half-orc. "Oi! You there! You people gathered around. Are you interested in taking up the job?"
I mean, I was just looking at it, but
Well, look with your eyes, not with your hands, then, Goliath.
Well,
This
we
is-
certainly have interest in the job.
Well, if you're looking at taking the job, we're always looking for adventurer sorts. I can tell by the way that you dress and the manners in which you present your arms that you are used to a bit of trouble. Hopefully you won't be looking for it inside the city. He sort of looks at you with a stern eye.
Well, we're always looking for something, but trouble sometimes comes our way. Sure, it's nothing we can't handle.
God just kind of straightens his back out as he gets up, and he just, I could always go for a good adventure. Always more to learn.
I'm always keen. Very keen. I'm always keen to go on an adventure.
Right. Well, listen. What I heard, several travelers have already tried, and none have come back. We think that they're using some kind of witchcraft. So be alert and keep your wits about you. No telling what these travelers are capable of. They're not like us, not hard-working members of the Alliance, he says, sort of very proudly showing his raiment and tabard, which have this beautifully designed symbol that you all recognize to be a symbol of the lands and symbol of the kingdoms that connect to one another. It is an alliance of convenience, again, as each of these different nations have banded together to share resources and protect themselves against the roving hordes of orcs, monsters, and bandits.
Well, of course, we fully support this alliance, but please, sir, would you enlighten us as to your views of it?
Well, the Alliance has done nothing but provide us prosperity and joy for many, many years. We managed to live within the safety of these walls instead of out there amongst the dung and the peasants, thanks to the hard works and hard efforts of the principality of this nation.
I see.
It affords the strong work and the meek a chance to prove themselves, to strengthen up.
I see. The peasants can be proven worthy should they rise to the challenge.
Yes, precisely. But these travelers, they're like vultures, they are. They swoop in and steal all of the commerce that would otherwise come to this glorious kingdom. Little more than beggars they are.
Oh, yes. Far be it from anyone to come in and provide means of entertainment and expect some form of payment. That's rascals.
Yes, indeed. And what's worse is they all speak with sarcasm. And since the banning of sarcasm in 1412, no one can recognize it. They have swindled so many people out of their money.
We're bad in sarcasm.
We forbade it. Das ist verboten.
Esther's looking at this half-orc kind of just... I'm guessing that he's holding himself rather tall, rather proud.
Looking at him a little bit more closely, he does indeed seem to have the bearings of a fighter about him. There's thick calluses on his bare knuckles, a sword by his hip, and a shield on his back. But on closer inspection, you realize that the armor is ill-fitting. He seems to have a kind of girth about him, especially around the midsection. Life has been good to this half-orc, shall we say. And though he does appear to be strong in arm, the strength of the ale he consumes is probably responsible to much of his current weight gain.
I think Argento would say something along the lines of, "You seem like a pretty fit man. Surely you and your townsfolk can rid yourselves of these people that you don't want here. Why do you need us? Why can't you do it?"
Well, this is an excellent question. We of this glorious city are all about commerce and the exchange of goods and services. The people who are our guards and our local militia protect within these lovely walls, but the travels outside have strictly been the dominion of those who protect the traveling merchants, and we would hardly rob them of the coin to be earned. Not like those damn traveling musicians and entertainers and whatnot. Oh, them people. What steal our jobs? Yes, that is the medieval version of "They took our jobs."
Yeah. To the rest of the group, I would definitely be giving a sense of apprehension about this, but not quite sure what we should do. I mean, I'm always keen for a fight, but at the same time, this just seems a little bit, I don't know, from my standpoint, it seems a bit iffy, guys. I don't know.
Dying a lot in the poisonous.
Oops, sorry. I need to get rid of a bot. Pardon.
That's what I heard.
So what do we think, guys? Do we want to take this guy up, or do we want to? What do we want to do here?
If we at least follow this a little bit, then we could maybe find out who's behind the job posting, learn a bit about them.
Sure.
If we can take them on, so to speak, in that sense, rather, but
Yeah,
maybe not attacking the town just as we enter it.
I agree. I think we should go find out about these guys, but I would definitely proceed with an open mind. Maybe these guys aren't as bad as they seem. That's
All
my
right.
thoughts.
And not a bad thought indeed.
Teacher's job to believe or to help those in need. So I will do my very best.
Yeah. So then we would tell the gentleman, we will take your offer, and we will go in search of these travelers.
Excellent.
Perhaps these travelers just do not know of the correct permits they require for entertainment.
Oh, that's what they'd have you believe. But beware, as I previously mentioned, they are keen users of the art of sarcasm.
Which is strictly forbidden, of course.
Yes, strictly forbidden.
Yeah.
The bastards. Bastards! You will find them in the woods to the southeast. Keep following the road, and then when you come to the large white oak, take a right and travel off-road. You will eventually find their camp down by the old creek.
Well, I believe we should go and investigate this. I tell you, I once knew a sarcasm, and he came from my homeland in the desert. He was a very agreeable chap, really, but I fully understand why you wouldn't want any more of his type around here.
What's his name? Sarcasm.
He says yes. No, definitely wouldn't want any of his type. He sounds awful. An unfortunate fellow, named after an unfortunate thing.
I was gonna say, I just love that you like. He's like, I once knew a sarcasm. It's like,
all right. As you continue. Oh, yes, Esther.
One thing that Esther does, as they're kind of walking away to the group, she just kind of holds up her hand like this and turns and says, "And what's your name?" To the half-orc.
My name? I am Todd.
Thank you for your help, Todd.
I look forward to your return. Hopefully with news of the lack of travel folk. The landless people.
Maybe we'll even come back with those other travelers.
Should we return with this news, Sir Todd, would there perhaps be, I don't know, some kind of maybe offering, food, drink, lodgings?
If you can
Definitely
get
not a party, but just all things that might constitute one.
Just between us, I have heard that the Duke has plans for a grand banquet to celebrate his coming anniversary of his appointment to this glorious city. I'm fairly sure he would like to thank the heroes that would rid his land of such a troublesome group of travelers.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right.
As on our way then.
As Todd bids you farewell, he sees another group of adventurers and walks up to there and goes, "Oi, you! What are you doing?" And he just almost repeats exactly what he was saying to you. Esther,
he didn't think we were adventurers. No.
I need you to make me a perception check, as you are basically just still in that kind of main center area. All right. With an 8. Oof. All right. With an 8, you don't see anything, but you do hear something. What you hear is the following. A strange music catches your ear, literally just from the side, barely audible, and it seems to come from down in a very dark and very uninviting looking alley. There's a smell that hits your nose. A familiar scent, but you can't quite place it. Something beckons you.
Well, who am I to avoid a beckon? I look to the party. Do they seem to notice this as well?
They have not.
Do y'all hear that?
Hey, what? As I kind
Music.
of look. Music?
Something that Todd would not have enjoyed.
At this point, hey, Guano, please, you come out for a sec. And the bat kind of flies out from under my,
Yep, you watch as Vigag sort of opens up his coat. Hanging upside down on his sleeve appears to be a small bat, who seems quite perturbed at the fact that he is suddenly awoken by bright lights of the day.
So sorry, Guano. Would you be able to assist me for one moment?
He looks at you, waiting for you to ask. He cocks his head with a curious look.
And then I'm gonna focus my attention to him and kind of use the find familiar to go put my vision in, so my eyes go white. And I'm going to try and listen through the bat.
You again do not hear anything at this point.
Huh. And then I
I'm
go
fully
back.
echoed, but I would smell a tune a mile away. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, that's weird. I would have assumed Guano might have been able to hear something, but he doesn't seem to hear it either.
Maybe y'all should just follow me.
I've never been one to forget an awesome opportunity, so I go and follow her.
Well,
Okay.
I can't hear, and music I want to hear. I'm in.
All right. Following behind, the scent begins to grow, and Esther, the actual sound starts to get louder before eventually cutting off. When you stand in front of a building that simply has Madame Una's destiny readings.
Well, that does sight.
The name burns a familiar tinge in the back of your head as you recall the name.
I know what's happening here. And I rap at the door.
As you do so, you hear a voice say, "Enter."
Do we see this
Nice.
too, or?
Oh yeah, you see the building. You
Oh.
see Esther knock on the door and being invited to enter in.
Is Destiny is calling us?
Esther just takes a second. Looks. I don't know if y'all would know. Y'all would notice. She kind of looks not sorrowful, but just kind of disturbed a bit. But she enters.
All right. As you do so, you find yourself transported into an entirely different realm. The shop inside seems to have just this assaulting smell of different spices, herbs, and other assorted sort of oils and smells. There is cloth that hangs of exotic silks over a variety of different spools. The table, covered in glassware, trinkets and baubles from the farthest reaches. And in the center of the room, a large circular table with candles made of black wax that seem to drip over what look to be very ornate orbs. From the back of this store, you hear this. Let me just bloop.
Oh, cool.
Well, my, ain't you a sight for sore eyes, dear?
Been a long time, Madam Una.
It has indeed been a long time. Y'all spend so much time wandering this world, I almost scarcely believe to find such a familiar face in all this hubbub that exists here in this space, let alone one from my dear sister.
Yours is one I miss dearly.
And who, pray, are your friends? Such strong and handsome fellas.
I accidentally bump
this-
into something and fix it really quick. Just what?
Well, at this point, as you take a closer look, you see this woman dressed in very colorful robes, looks at you, but almost looks straight through you. Her eyes are white and foggy. You're fairly sure she's blind. But she still looks at you, almost as if holding your gaze, and passes a flirtatious smile across the counter towards you.
And I kind
Um,
of just.
Esther?
I'm not one to do introductions for others. Let them introduce themselves.
Well said, Esther. Well said. I am Demira. It is my absolute pleasure to meet you, madam.
The pleasure's all mine, dear. And thank you so much for looking after my sweet Esther.
Oh, I assure you, Esther does not need much looking after. Quite capable, that one.
Argento sort of kind of straightens himself up at the back of the group.
I am Argento.
Argento, my, such a strong and commanding presence. I'm truly honored, sir.
Likewise.
And lastly, you could see sort of looking around, almost distracted by much of the baubles that's around here, the large Goliath with the bat still kind of tucked away. Now that he's kind of brought it out, it's sort of just on his arm. Vagag?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me introduce myself. I am Vagag Gagev. I am a teacher at the University of Lenard in Fairhaven.
I have definitely known of your work, Mr. or should I say, teacher. Many of your prospective students have come to me asking for many things. Yes, Cher, many things they've asked. Good fortune, good telling, and, well, let's just say I've helped a few people feel a bit more at ease about upcoming tests. But my name is Madam Una, diviner of the spirits and speaker of destiny. Though I'm sure I don't need to explain that destiny is something that pulls all of us, myself included. And I must say, she's pulling hard today.
Well, you never know. Sometimes destiny can be twinged just a tiny bit.
It is often the ones who find themselves at destiny's call that often say such things. Perhaps you would like to put this notion up to the challenge. She reaches underneath her glass counter and pulls up a deck of cards and then splays it out in front of her. She then tilts one side of the cards, creating a ripple effect that falls and creates a domino slide across the table as all the cards with their varying colors and symbols reveal themselves. With a flick of the wrist, she quickly gathers up these cards again, almost impossibly, as they gather back into a deck on the other side of her hand.
Oh,
Truly impressive.
Wait till you see what this deck can really do, Cher.
Clearly it is a cut above my paltry set of cards.
Ain't nothing paltry about the cards, dear. They've got as much power as those who wield them. Even for a simple hand of poker, sometimes destiny is far more controlling of the hand you're dealt, as I'm sure you're aware.
Well, I've always found that when one plays the tune of destiny, one ends up at the best parties.
She smiles and looks at Esther and says, "Well, sister, what say you?"
At the moment, Esther is just kind of actually twirling one of her own cards in her hand, and she just says, "You know destiny better than I do, baby."
Well, if only Mama agreed in the same way. Why don't y'all have a seat? I'll make some tea. She goes back into the back room. You guys have a brief moment if you guys would like to talk among yourselves away from her earshot, to ask any questions of Esther or to make yourself comfortable.
You've got the same kind of cards she does? As I kind of come over and look with a little interest.
Not quite. I take a second, I look at it. I let it burn up, and I'm gonna cast a thaumaturgy.
Okay.
So as
as you cast the spell, your eyes begin to glow. What? Describe your magic, if you would be so kind.
will do. Let me just make sure I got everything right for thaumaturgy. Where'd you go? There you are. So it's really just going to be a simple thing. I'm going to make my voice boom it's a two times louder, and I'm just going to say, and I'm just going to shout out to Una, "Now, baby, that tea better be popping hot when it gets here."
As you do so, the windows start to rattle, and the herbs that hang from the ceiling start to shake a little. And she you don't hear a response back, just kind of a stifled chuckle as you can hear the sounds of water being boiled.
It's pretty amazing that you could use thaumaturgy like that. Did you use it with your cards? That's pretty astounding.
All right. Now, as she returns with the tea, what I'm going to ask everyone is, in Fantasy Grounds, I have given you guys all access to the common Taruka deck. Now, the Taruka deck is, of course, very similar to a tarot deck with a number of different readings. I will have each of you roll to determine what your tarot happens to be. Now, guys, I'm going to... we have a plot twist from the Quilled. Quill, by the way, thank you so much for joining us again. Good to see you, mate. What we're going to do is I'm going to allow the Quilled to choose at some point or another, if he would like, to re-roll or to give someone a re-roll on their fate. So that's a big one. That's a big one. Okay, so Quilled, if you hear these fates and there's one that you do not approve of, you will be able to re-roll, instigate a re-roll. So there you go.
I'm just too good for that person.
I'm gonna ask you this. If,
All right.
if it's a good one, don't change it.
There you go. There you go.
You get $100. Oh.
All right.
You spend $100. That's fun.
The plot twist is all the windows actually break and all the potted plants actually fall to the ground.
All right. So, Madame Una comes in with a lovely pot of tea. In the center of it blooms a multicolored flower, and the aroma is very reminiscent of like desert flowers. It's just this quite expensive and beautiful tea that she pours out for each of you. As she takes her seat, you kind of almost feel like a waft of cold, biting air lift from under the table as she sits and places the cards in front of her. Now, let's start with you, my large and wise, learned friend. Why don't you draw from the cards? She asks you to draw. Okay, here we go. She's going to ask you to draw 3 cards. One will represent the past, one will represent the present, and another will represent your impending future. So, the first card you draw
we just click the roll button when we're drawing?
Yep, that's right. All right. So 24. That is, you've got a 4 of coins. The merchant. Now, I'm gonna share this with you guys because I did print out the cards because, quite frankly, I just didn't have the the means to get all of the cards actually shown up. So let me just share my webcam with you guys real quick once I find it. Nope. Because these cards are super pretty, by the way, and I definitely want to get a set at some point or another. Very, very beautiful. The merchant. That was a 4 of coins. There we go. Okay, so let me come back here real quick. All right, there we go. So the 4 of coins is that one there. I don't know how well you can see it, but it is the merchant. All right. Now, the merchant card itself seems to have a basically a phrase next to it, and it says, "Seek a cask that once contained the finest wine, of which not one drop remains."
I've seen a few of those in my day.
All right.
Usually used on a bunch of healing potions for me, but
Okay.
nevertheless, a good wine is always good, except when it's empty.
Okay. That is a sign of good fortune.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you would like to, you may write that down as a potential clue that you may find later on.
So there's 4.
It also represents a rare commodity or business opportunity that may be dangerous or deceitful, but very lucrative should you follow through.
Ooh, I got an idea.
That is your past. That is something that you have been, something you have already done, already dealt with. The next card is your present. As you draw from the deck, you pull out a card and lay it in front of you. This one is a 3 of glyphs, the healer, which I will... swords, glyphs, here we go. The healer is that one there. All right. So that is the healer. All right. Now, the healer look to the west and find a pool blessed by the light of a white sun. The healer represents a contagious illness, disease, or curse, and those who practice the healing arts. It is a warning of a sickness and a plague that you may have to contend with in your immediate future. Now, before you draw the next one, Cher, I will tell you this. The next card is that of your future, and you can choose to keep your future a mystery. But once you draw this card, Cher, that be the will of destiny.
Hey, Michael, quick question.
Yeah. What?
So since I'm rolling a d20 for this, or a d whatever it is, if I click it and if I don't like it, can I use Coronal Shift?
No.
Oh, dang it. I was only gonna be like, whoa.
The only person who can afford the reroll right now is the Quilled.
Yeah, but I'm a time wizard. No. Okay, fine. All right. So next one. Bah. Ooh.
All right. You get the 3 of stars, the Enchanter. Let's see. 3 of stars is... Bump. Aha, there we go. All right. 3 of stars is that one there. Very pretty. Very pretty. A rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. So the 3 of stars. And I feel like you got 4-3-3, so that's kind of interesting. It represents inner turmoil that comes from confusion, fear of failure, or false information. And that is now locked in. I would like you to add to your character sheet notes the 3 of stars enchanter.
Okay. Just for a heads up, I put him in my hotbar.
Yep. And anywhere you want to put it, that's perfectly fine. All right. Next up, what of you, my strong, scaly friend? Why don't you test your fate?
See what we got.
All right. Drawing from the tarot deck,
Let's see.
you pull out the 3 of coin, the trader. Very similar to the merchant from before. The trader, unlike the merchant, represents commerce, smuggling, black markets. However, although it also represents a fair deal. Look to the Wizard of Wines. In the wood and sand treasure hides. Something that you know, hidden treasure, likely from smugglers or brigands or bandits, lie in your well, pretty much very, very soon, if not already having happened. Your next card,
Nice.
sir. Oh, I should probably show you the trader, shouldn't I? The trader is this guy here. Look at that.
Nice.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Just so everyone can see later on, I'm dropping the cards into public notes.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much. So yes, they will be in the public notes for people. Yay! All right. The 9 of coin, the miser. The miser is down here. There he is. Look at him, crotchety old man. Yeah. All right. The miser. Look for a fortress inside a fortress, in a place hidden behind fire. The miser represents hoarded wealth and those who are irreversibly unhappy, or those who possibly think that money has no meaning. Interesting one there. Interesting. All right.
Interesting.
And in the similar way, you are invited to draw the 3rd card, but also given the option to not draw your 3rd.
I would not draw a 3rd because I, Argento, make my own destiny.
She smiles coyly at you. Oh yes, I can see a spark of destiny about you, guided by your very existence, Sir Argento. All right, Domiro. The 8 of glyphs, the bishop. All right, that is the bishop right there. Like I said, very pretty cards, and these printouts don't do them justice, but they are still very pretty. The 8 of glyphs. What you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. The bishop.
Could the doors be the treasure?
The doors could be a treasure. Could be. It is a strict adherence to a code or belief. It refers to those who plot, plan, and scheme. All right. Your next card, the Berserker. Oh, that's going to be great. All right. Let's see. Swords. Paladin, soldier, mercenary, Berserker. All right. That one's kind of ominous. All right. The Berserker. Find the Mad Dog's crypt. The treasure lies within, beneath the blackened bone. The Berserker represents the brutal or barbaric side of warfare, a bloodlust tied to nature its very self. And lastly, you have been once again given the option. Will you draw the final card? Yes, you will. The Two of Glyphs. All right. The Two of Glyphs is the Missionary, which is this card here. All right. The Missionary. I see a garden dusted with snow, overwatched by a scarecrow with a sackcloth grin. Look not to the garden, but the guardian itself. In your future, you see this. And the Missionary represents those who spread wisdom and faith to others. It is a warning of the spread of fear and ignorance among those who do not heed it. And lastly, my dear Sister Esther, as you reach for the first card, lightning zaps you, almost like static electricity. You may draw a card still as you reach back. It's just more of a little... All right, you get a 1 of coins, the Swashbuckler. Let's see, get a lot of coins today. There we go. All right, the Swashbuckler. There she is. Kind of reminds me of the Pathfinder Swashbuckler, but a Swashbuckler nonetheless. There we go. All right, I see a skeleton of a deadly warrior lying on a bed of stone, flanked by gargoyles. The 1 of coins represents the Swashbuckler. Those who like money yet give it up freely, likable rogues and rapscallions who are free to hand off those the wealth that they have gained from their travels. All right, your present.
Just out of character. That's kind of like a Robin Hood situation then.
Yeah, very Robin Hood-esque kind of thing.
Okay, I'm just writing really short notes, so I want to make sure I got a good one.
All right. Your next card is the 5 of Swords, the Myrmidon. I still have no idea what that is. I've heard it, and I've tried to say it so many times.
Myrmidon?
Myrmidon. If anyone knows, let me know in chat. All right.
Dinosaur that lives in the mire. No.
All right. It is the knight you can see at the back there. That is the Myrmidon.
Whoa.
All right. Look for the den of wolves in the hills overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure belongs to the mother of the knight. Now, this particular card represents great heroism, a sudden reversal of fate, and the triumph of an underdog over a mighty enemy. Now, as you go to... are you trying to grab your third card? Don't draw it yet.
I'm not. Actually, may I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You remember what Mama Adori always said? If fate's a river, you just gotta follow where it goes. I'm gonna leave that last card there.
She looks at you and she smiles. She says, "When did y'all grow up?"
Rumor had to.
Well, fate, my dear Esther, is something that's in all of our hands. She takes the deck of cards and she places it in your hands. And I feel as though the destiny of the cards themselves is yours to take with you. She smiles at you warmly, and she holds you tight. As you do so, as she hugs you, do you hug her back?
I do.
All
I'm
right.
a bit hesitant at first, but then I do.
All right. Sorry, just bear with me. I've got 2 more plot twist cards I need to draw out. So 36 and 23.
Does she get electrocuted by 51 cards?
Yes. All right. I need. All right. So what I need now is I need Esther to make a perception check.
Will do. There it is.
All right.
18.
Okay. There is the smell of sulfur that lingers in the air around your sibling. It seems as though a lot of the incense that burns seems to kind of trying to dull down that smell as she hugs you.
I just hug her tighter.
Okay. You hug her close and tightly. Now, at this point in time, you finish up your tea, you have some snacks, and then we'll be on your way. As we leave, I'm going to invite the Quilled. If you leave us a chat message and let us know. If you would like to re-roll any of those fates, let us know, and this will be your last opportunity to do so. If you do not say anything in the next, let's say, 5-10 minutes, I am going to draw a random plot twist from the plot twist deck so that we can still redeem your random plot twist dag-dollary-do. So, thank you for that. All right. You make your way back onto the streets. The town seems a lot quieter than it did previously. The bard has gone off for lunch, and you can see that the townsfolk are more or less doing the same, making their ways indoors. It's probably a good time to travel and to make your way. Gather some.
But you're full of destiny and feeling sleepy now.
Middle of the day, just have a siesta. No. All right.
Pick him up, put him on my shoulder. As he sleeps. No.
All right. Now you've got a moment to yourself. You may, of course, talk or discuss anything that had just happened before you head out of the city.
Well, my friends, that is a lot of destiny for one group of people to handle. But no doubt we are up to the task.
Yes,
I'm sure.
I agree.
Blessed. Poor, blessed by light.
All right. Well, it is not hard for you to procure horses and a small supply of foodstuffs for you to be able to take on your journey. From what the orc named Todd told you, it is not too far away to the small camp of these outsiders, and that is the direction in which you will be heading. You begin to make your way. Okay. There we go.
At this point, I'll also let Guano out so he can fly and get some wing exercise.
Your bat bites you on the neck.
What? No, what?
As he does so, you are quickly reminded that bats are nocturnal. And the last thing they like happening is people dragging them, is having people literally drag them out of the nice dark place that they're at and saying, "Fly! Fly, my friend! Stretch your wings and exercise!" And it's sitting there literally telling you to piss off. It's the middle of the day.
I would say that you are somewhat overly familiar with your familiar.
Yeah.
No, Guano, no, stop! And then it flies back into your jacket.
Oh, okay, sorry, I forgot. Alright.
Good, and now you'll never forget again.
As I take like 13 damage from 13 bites.
All right. Now, The countryside rolls out in front of you. The autumn colors seem to illuminate a wide variety of beautiful colors of orange and yellows and vibrant reds. You see the sunlight that seems to stream in from all around as the middle of the day seems to just be warm and pleasant and inviting. As you start to make your way eventually into the woods, as mentioned, you can see a large, very impressive oak that reaches higher than any other tree in this area of the forest, and it seems to be pure white. Even the leaves, many of which have fallen, seem to share that same vibrant, almost platinum white color.
White tree. I don't think I've seen one of those before.
You turn off the road.
What direction is it?
Well, currently you are turning off the road to the east, or to the southeast, should I say, as per the instructions.
Okay.
My curiosity is piqued. Shall we venture forth?
I would very much like to check out that tree as well.
It's a tree. It's
Surely
no.
this is a tree of
Oh,
Fateful song.
Look,
If it is not, then I will
Like a song.
not one for it.
Sing us a song about the tree.
tree. It's the tree. It's the tree.
This must be the tree they spoke about. It's got to be.
it definitely must be the tree they're talking about.
So we know
All
we're
right.
headed in the right direction.
Indeed. All right.
Sweet.
You turn off the road and begin to make your way. The sound of the horses below you as they step off the beaten road and onto the wilds. As you make your way, I need everyone to make me a survival check if you can.
If we can, do you doubt?
A little bit.
Let's see what I get with my 0. Yeah. Not good, but okay.
All right, where's that at? Survival check. What are we rolling for that?
If you go to your skill
Yep.
skills, it's all the way at the bottom.
Top, see it, yeah. Oh, roll.
All right. Esther, as you begin to travel, everyone, you kind of feel like a certain lethargy sort of hitting you every now and then. It comes in waves, almost like every now and then you hit a curtain of some kind, and then you kind of just feel a little drained. Even your horse, sort of feels it as you kind of stagger moving forward. Esther, you're the only one who kind of keeps your wits about you, and very quickly you realize that you've been traveling for a while, longer than you've realized. It wasn't noticeable because the canopy above you has slowly kind of collected, creating a shadow that runs through the entire forest. In addition, a thin fog has started to rise and grow underneath the feet of the horses. And eventually you find that I can't hear the sounds of the city. I can't see the gleam of the light from the sun anymore. Night seems to have almost fallen. But you'd only been traveling for maybe 2-3 hours? The sun should still be well and truly up. You can see in the distance a small rising hill. Maybe you can get a better view there, or at least set up enough to get your bearings.
Seeing how groggy and lethargic everyone looks, she gives a quick whistle, trying to just wake everybody up again first.
You do so. You quickly snap, and Vigag, Argento, and Domiro, you kind of shake off this kind of mugginess that sits about you.
Go on, bite me again.
I don't recall traveling for so long.
How long is it? How long have we been traveling?
Not
Seems
long
very
enough for it
long.
to be night.
Can I make? Oh no, sorry. I want to see if the fog is unnatural.
Looking at the fog, as you examine it, it seems to behave like fog. You move through it and disrupt it and blow it away, and it sort of fills in.
Mhm.
I just started steering my horse toward the hill.
All right.
Let's.
Is it getting dark as in hard to see, or it's just
Harder to see, yeah.
Uh-oh.
can I cast light?
You can indeed. Now, where would you like to go? Would you like to head for that hill that Esther saw, or would you like to keep traveling?
Let's head to the hill, guys.
The hill sounds
Easy.
sensible.
Yeah.
See if we can get our bearings.
Mm.
I'm not sure which way we came from anymore.
Exactly. I think if we get to the hill, we can discern where we're going, maybe where we've come.
Hmm.
I don't like this fog. It's unsettling.
All right.
Don't be disheartened. I shall play a song of light, which may lighten the mood and the way.
You do so as you begin to play a plucky song that illuminates a small glowing orb. What does your orb look like?
It just looks like some musical notes coming off the lute.
Oh, that's cool. It's like
Very nice.
lit.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You climb to the top of the small hill, and at the top you can see a small wagon with two horses that seem to be tied to it. They seem to be stuck in place, basically just baying as they kind of look by what appears to be a snuffed out campsite. Like a small fire pit has been dug out, but has been extinguished. You can see several small, like sort of benches have been propped up here, but outside of the horses, there's no one around. The wagon itself seems bare and empty.
Wait a sec. I'm gonna jump out of the wagon and try to go to that wagon and check out. Seeing as I have sent out some of my students this way, I want to see if it might belong to any of them.
All right, make a perception check.
Okay. Is it currently lit or is it dark still? Like, am I outside of the light?
I think it's 60. What is it? Hang on.
Oh, 60 foot.
Uh,
I would still just a straight roll anyway, but
no, that's fine. If you, as long as you're moving with the group, that should be fine.
okay. So then just no.
20
No.
foot right, 20 foot dim on top of that. So 40.
Just kind of looking over with my my huge body, just kind of like not even like searching. I'm just like.
Could this
Looking-
be the missing peoples that orc gentleman mentioned? Todd?
Looking around, you can see there is no insignia. Normally with traveling merchants and stuff, you have a place where their heraldry they would come from and stuff. There doesn't seem to be anything labeled on this cart. Chances are it belonged to them if, obviously they're not here.
Yeah. Are there any signs that they were there recently, like fires or anything of that nature?
Good question. Argento, you dismount from your horse and begin to scour the area. Please make me a survival check as you start to look over the campsite. Looking around, the fire still feels warm. The fire pit still feels warm. They were here recently. You can also see signs of like a mess kit that has been kind of left, a semi-lukewarm stew sitting inside of it. As you sort of inspect the area, you can realize very quickly that this place, the answer that you seek is not black and white. As we play our plot twist card, So the plot twist card here is you can very quickly ascertain that they did not leave their horses here, nor did they sort of set up, like to kind of stay here. They left very quickly and very suddenly. As soon as this happens, you hear a sound. Over the distance, a mournful cry.
I cast Mage Armor.
Is that a howl or a cry for help?
Yeah, you cast Mage Armor. Well done. All right, the horses start to become agitated. Vigag, you're right there.
I'll hop down from the horse.
All right, you hop down from your horses. As soon as you do so, Esther, I need you to make me a survival check because the other two horses bolt. And Esther, your one's trying to dismount you. Throw you off and run as well. Oof. You do not hang on as you are thrown from the saddle and your horses beat a retreat away. These horses would as well, but they seem to be strapped to the wagon. All right. And now,
Oh, wait. That's right.
let us share this very beautiful map. Bloop.
I forgot. Mage Armor has an effect, so I actually have to cast it.
All
Do I
right.
have time to try the stew?
Yeah, it's rabbit stew. It's actually quite tasty, if not a little cold. All right.
There.
Okay.
So those horses were already here when we got here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. You hear the howl yet again. This time, something is encroaching, moving quickly in your direction. You hear the sounds of something moving swiftly.
Uh-oh. Guys.
All right. That's a little bit more epic than I wanted it to be, but you know, that's fine.
Which direction is it coming from?
All right.
No.
Looking down the hill, let's pan out real quick. You see two lantern lights. You see two lantern lights making their way down the trail. You think for a moment that perhaps there is a horseman, a rider, heading in your direction. But as the weather above you starts to turn, a fog cloud appears in the air above you, and rain starts to pour downwards. You can see that these lights do not belong to horsemen.
No,
Canine figures with glowing embers burning deep within their very bowels seem to move swiftly across the road. You recognize them as the Hounds of Hell. All right.
Oh,
We are going to roll initiative as we get into battle now. Keeping in mind, these creatures are tracking you through smell at the moment. You can see that they're clearly not beelining for you, but they're following the path you took to get up here. All right. Esther, you're up first. You've all seen these things coming because you're on the higher ground of the hill now.
I called out to them. You have no chance. We have the high ground.
The dogs all the dogs look up the hill. They are now beelining up the hill.
No! What? Doggo! Oh no.
So- I can guess by smell, it seems, right?
Well, now they can kind of
I have
see.
scent as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I can kind of see.
Sorry.
Who knew that these hounds had such good hearing?
I bring out another card, I let it burn up, and I cast Thaumaturgy again.
All right. Very well. What would you like your effect to be as you, again, begin to channel your divine powers?
In a point, let me think. So with the range with Thaumaturgy is 30 feet. So a point 30 feet farthest away from us that would get their attention. I just want to make the sound of a whimpering injured animal.
Ooh, very nice. All right, I'm going to allow you to make a deception check to try and deceive them into the sounds of a whimpering animal. Not bad. Let's see how their insight check goes. One fails, one succeeds. All right. One of them hears the sounds of a whimpering animal, something that sounds injured. As it turns to beeline, it does head in that direction. I need you to roll me a percentage check, please, Esther.
Okay, how do I roll percentage?
How do you roll percentage? Okay, so if you look at the D10 on Fantasy Grounds and right-click on it, it'll give you a percentage symbol.
Okay. So that's D4, D6, D10 then?
Yep.
So
10's
it's the third one?
Yeah.
And let's click the wrong one. Let's see. There it is. There.
All right, what do we get?
And
94.
Wow, okay, that is very lucky. You thankfully create a sound and the
Nice.
creature... What was that? Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying something to me. Never mind. All right. As you do so, you hear the sounds of the whimpering animal, and the wolf makes its way. Well, it's its turn now, so it will go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 45, 50. All right. So it is running along the road trying to find the whimpering animal. So it beelines away. Thankfully, it is not in the same direction as the horses that ran off. The second hellhound, however, still has very keen hearing and knows that you guys are on the ridge. It will make its way towards you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. All right, 50. All right. The hellhound gets close as it charges up. It snarls as it moves in your direction. You can see it now, clear as day, which I will, for my audience, show you exactly what that looks like. Here we go. Okay, and hellhound, please. All right, look at that delicious-looking beastie.
Oh, dang.
All right.
That's nothing friendly.
All right, this is the creature chasing after you. And once again, you hear it cry out. This time it's a little bit more aggressive. Let's see. Come on. Nope. Not gonna do it. Alright, it'll probably do something and scare the living shit out of me later, but that's fine. Alright. So, yes, this hellhound is now directly in front of you. You can see it salivating, almost this boiling blood that falls in front of it. Alright. Next up on our initiative The horses, they panic. That's all they do. Vagag, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna open my robe and have the bat fly at it. It has a speed of 30, so it can get actually right next to it.
Okay, so your bat is going to fly out, is it? Whoops.
Yep.
No, come back. I didn't want to do that. There we go. Give me you. All right. A bat, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Bat. Yes, I know. You're a good boy. I don't know if I've got a symbol. I don't think I've got a bat creature thing. I don't.
Oh no.
Monster manual? Bat. Yeah, I mean, I got tons of monsters, but I don't have a bat. So for the time being, I'm afraid we're going to have to use a bee. Bee for bat.
That's okay.
All right.
Alright, and then when he gets on him, the bat's going to land on him. And through the bat, I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp.
Very nice. All right. As you channel your energies, the bat begins to glow with electricity, and its talons sort of become illuminated as it reaches down and grabs the scruff of the back of its neck, and lightning explodes over its shoulders. However, it misses. The dog, despite its size comparatively to the bat, is rather nimble and avoids the attack. All right. Did you want to move at all by any chance?
I'm gonna go. Actually, yes. I'm gonna go into a nearby bush.
All right. You go into a nearby bush. Dive.
15. If I go here, could I still see it?
Yes, but it does have concealment as you are in the bushes and have to see through the bushes to kind of get to it.
Okay.
All right. Very well. The large Goliath hides in the bushes. Demiro.
Right. I'm Demiro is going to give this hound a tongue lashing.
All right.
You foul creature! How dare you disturb us on this night?
As you guys just see a
back
bat.
to where you came and leave us in peace. And I will use a bonus action to use unsettling words on it, so it loses a d6 off its next saving throw.
Ooh, very nice. Well, as you do that, it says in a second.
It says something.
It says, "Me not foul creature, me dog, not bird."
Crazy night. I did not expect a response.
What was in that tea?
Meanwhile, you guys are all just passed out on the floor in the voodoo shop.
Me with the giant kettle inside my hand because I'm just drinking the whole thing to my size.
And then with my action, so it actually spoke back to us.
Yeah.
Right, so it clearly understood me. In that case, I will up my vicious mockery into a hideous laughter.
Ooh, very nice. All right. Tell us a joke.
Two guys walked into a bar. It hurt.
Oh, close. All right. You get a +2 on well, he gets a -2 on the saving throw. That's the best I'm going to give you for that one. All right. Look, I'll give you fair game. If you tell a rip roarer, I'm definitely going to make it not have a save. That's just given. It still fails, however. So it is now under the effect of hideous laughter.
You need the effects for it, or pretty much what it does.
What language are you speaking?
Well, I was speaking in common for everyone else.
Common. Do you speak Infernal by any chance?
I speak. Yeah, common, Sylvan, and randomly Infernal.
All right, very well. Yep, it starts laughing. All right. What is the effect? Is it just staggered, stunned?
The effect is okay. So, creature that can perceive you finds everything hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. The target must succeed wisdom save. Yes, done that. It falls prone and becomes incapacitated and unable to stand up for duration, which is up to a minute. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, it can make another wisdom saving throw. It has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage.
Nice. All right. Very well. As the hound falls into a fit of laughter, falling prone, of course. There we go. It will let loose a howl. The howl is mixed in with its laughter as well.
Howl of laughter.
Howl of laughter.
It's a hyena now.
I was not expecting that. But...
A hell hyena.
Well, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Mhm.
All right.
My friends, we must expect the unexpected.
Run away! Run away!
Very, very strange night indeed.
All right. Next up is Argento.
All right. So how far away is it from me in my current spot? Let's see.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, about 20 foot.
About 20 feet. Okay. Not close enough for me to attack with the Warhammer, I don't think. But I can throw my hand axe at it. So I'll need to arm myself with my hand axe and
well.
make a throw. All right. So here we go. Roll the dice. See what we get.
All right. Heaving your hand axe, you fling it through the air directly at your quarry. It flies with a whoosh and a thwack before colliding with the creature.
Nice.
All
See
right.
what damage we got. Damage roll. 6. All right.
All right. 6 points of damage as you... Oh, no. Oh, no! That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, the bet! Yeah!
No, it's fine, it's fine. All right, 6 points of damage to you.
Probably more to do a bet.
Okay, and I will put that there. Yeah. All right, good. Nope, there you go. So now I have a bat token. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
AK Writer, for that one. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. All right. So yes, as you've thrown your hatchet, it strikes it in its underbelly, dealing 6 points of damage. Thwack! All right. And
Nice.
do you wish to move up at all, or just you're happy there?
Yeah, I want to move. I want to move as close to it as I can.
All right. Very well. Well, what's your movement? You can probably move, I think, right up to it, right?
We'll go right up here next to it, I guess.
All right. Dum, 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 dum. All right. Next up, I think we're back to the top of initiative now with Esther.
First thing, it did take damage, right?
Yeah, so did it make another save?
It did not, but I can make it take a save. What's the save? It's a wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom. 13.
Hoya! That is a 13.
It needs a 13.
All right. Well, it stops laughing. But it is still prone, etc., etc., etc.
But it didn't find that funny at all.
Did not find getting hit with an axe funny in the slightest. All right, Esther. What do you do?
I want to try to read the hound at the moment. You said the hellhound, right?
Yep, correct.
Or at least we can tell.
Well,
So-
look, generally speaking, wolves in this region of the world do not drool fire.
I've seen some wolves.
Yeah, you've seen
I've
some.
seen
Um,
some. I've seen
But so I want to try to read it, see if it's acting territorial, if it's acting aggressive.
Make an insight check. Oof. Alas, it is very difficult to try and figure out the motivation behind this this creature.
Then I'm just let me see. I'm gonna say Inferno. Now, what brings you here? You don't know why we're here. We don't know why you're here. In Inferno.
In Infernal? Oh, okay. It responds. Now, I want to point out, traditionally they don't speak. These, however, do, because they're special, because I said so. And it will say,
We have come for the one called Esther. A debt has been claimed. Your soul is ours.
Wow, that doesn't sound good.
Not at all.
you know what? I'll give you this to you, Argento. Argento, can you make a perception check for me?
Sure can.
All right. You recognize a very familiar smell that hangs over the smoke and sulfur over this creature. It is the smell of incense.
Interesting.
Most reasonable.
Incense. Interesting. Incense.
All right.
Well, does it? I guess the question there is: does it smell like the incense from the Mata Unas?
It does seem to bear a striking similarity, yes.
Maybe something to do with those cards she gave us, eh? Maybe something going on there, or the tea.
Tea.
We haven't left the shop.
Yeah.
We smell like
Yeah.
the tea.
Something's definitely up with that. All right.
I smell mostly like the tea. It's in my beard.
All right. Esther, it's still your turn.
I want to take one more card and cast Sacred Flame.
All right, very well. You reach down and begin to churn a magical fire in the palm of your hands. It begins to glow with a divine light as you have a sacred flame erupt. You may cast it.
I use the attack, not the cast one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't matter. There we go. There it is.
All right. Okay, it makes its saving throw as you pretty much raise your hand upwards and cast your spell. The fire burns brightly. And here we go. Do the thing and don't be too loud. No promises. All right. As the fires and the flames of your holy energy strike at it, it manages to save. Now, is Sacred Flame a save in half or save in negate?
I think it's save and negate.
Negate. Very well. Although the creature now turns its attention fully to you. All right. Hellhound number 1 hears the baleful cries of its teammate and begins to move. 30, 35, 40,
Constant
45, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40. Let's go 45, 50. So it's moving to there. You can see the flames glowing from it. It is coming, but it is not yet arrived where you are. The second hellhound rises to its feet.
So we can't see that one, or we just sort of.
You can see the light. Yeah, you can see the location. Because it has its own source of light. Yeah, you can definitely see it. All right. But the second one will obviously use its move action to stand up, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from Argento.
And the bat, but it's not good on that.
You can have the bat take an attack.
It'll take 1 damage if it hits.
You can do that.
All right.
Alright. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, what?
I was supposed to do. That was me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Was that you?
I had advantage.
Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. It was prone. So yes, because you're making the attack of opportunity while
The
it's getting
bat
up,
crit!
the bat landed a critical hit. All right. The bat bites one of its eyes. Roll your damage.
It just says 1 piercing damage. So would that be 2 piercing damage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, sorry. Hang on. I will roll its damage because I have that here.
Yeah, it's just
All right.
1
It's
piercing.
just a flat one.
Oh, it is a flat
I
one.
guess.
Very well.
2 damage, I guess.
Boom. All right. 2 damage.
Ah! Wow.
All right. Argento, your attack.
Alright, I'll attack it with the Warhammer.
All right. All right. Oh, you need to roll it onto the token.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No. You're all good.
Alright, cool. Check that out.
No. 18's. Sorry. Let me rephrase. 18's fine. Just with your damage as well, roll it onto the token because it'll auto
Put it
calculate.
on a second. Yeah.
All right. An 18 will hit. Roll your damage. All right. 7 points of damage as your weapon collides with its body. As it stands up, it is angered by quite literally everyone, and is going to open its mouth. And breathe fire in a cone. This will encompass the bats, Argento, and Domiro.
Bat's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Is it,
Well, let's find out.
Is it safe with half damage?
It's save or half.
Yeah, so it has 1 HP, it dies.
Oh, yeah. No, that'll definitely die. All right, the bat has saved.
Oh no! It's saved, yeah!
The bat takes 18 damage. Or 9 damage, actually. It takes 9 damage.
Poofs. It just poofs from the air.
No. It ignites, and you see it turn to cinder. Its body turns black, and you see veins of basically embers glowing in its form as it rigidly falls to the ground.
Oh no!
Argento,
No!
you manage to make your saving throw. And you take 12 points of damage from the fires as they ignite you. They seem hotter than regular fires. Even in the short exposure that you've had, they definitely have that smell of brimstone about them. And Domiros, you also save, taking 9 points of damage. All right.
Flames of hell, engulf me.
All right, that is all that one does. The horses continue to panic. As they do so, they start smashing against the wagon. If left unchecked, you feel as though they will likely either break free or destroy the wagon and escape. Vagag, it is your turn. You've watched your beloved companion turn into a roast bat.
Ow! I'm gonna, seeing the horses kind of freak out a bit though, I'm gonna go and try to calm them down.
Mm-hmm.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna go here and be like, whoa, whoa! Like, try to calm him down a bit.
Okay.
Um,
I will need a survival check, which is what we use instead of animal handling. Survival check to try and calm these horses. With a 13. Yes, that does manage to calm them down a fair bit. You grab onto the reins and try to quiet them down. They do seem to be a little bit less on edge. All right. Damiros.
So we can see the one coming up the hill? Is that right?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Well, not wanting a repeat of the flames of hell engulfing us all, I shall attempt to disable that one by telling it another joke.
Very well. What
I
joke?
shall lead with the unsettling words.
All right. You going to tell a joke?
Sure. Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Damiros.
Damiros.
Ha 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 ha! You will never get the joke now.
so,
Yep. Okay. You can have a he can have a negative one on that, because that did genuinely confuse him. All right. All right. Make your drop the saving throw on top of the Hellhound. All right. It makes its saving throw. Oh wait, no, 12, right?
Yeah,
What's the DC?
that's it.
13. All right. It fails. So yes, it will fall prone.
Stupefied.
Just because you actually told a
That's
joke.
funny. No one else did.
I think I get it now because he doesn't know who it is. So
Yes,
you're like,
ah,
you'll never
He goes,
know.
oh, I get it. Yeah, it took him a while, but he
My
eventually
guy's
got
just
it.
like, oh, right.
All right.
As raining horses.
All right. The bat is dead. Argento, it is your turn.
You lived as you died.
In agonizing pain. Oh no, embraced by the flames of hell. Yeah, no, okay.
He's now a fire bat. No, just kidding.
Oh, smelling like wet dog.
Also,
I got tons of these. I got tons of these. All right. Argento. And you're going to move there.
We're going to attack the one in front of me here.
Yep.
With the Warhammer again.
All right.
So,
lifting your mighty hammer, you swing down, colliding hard with the top of his skull. The dog hits the ground with its chin for a moment as its head sort of rings from the blow.
nice. Damage. 6.
Beautiful. 6 points of damage. All right. That one definitely got felt as it gets shaken. It twists its head. All right. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'll move a little bit over here this way, just back a little bit, try and make some ground for the other one.
Okay. You can. Okay. So because if you take a guarded step, which is one of the actions you can take, you won't provoke an attack of opportunity, but you can only move 5 foot away. Or if you want to move the full distance, it'll get a free shot at you, but you'll be where you want to be.
So I can just move here then, yeah?
Whereabouts?
Not provoking an attack. So I was here, I was going to move here.
Yeah, you were here. You can move to about here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Very well. All right, done. That's fine. Okay, next up is Esther. Hearing that these creatures are after your soul, what's the first... I want to just take a brief moment to ask what's going on in Esther's head right now.
She's just recounting all of her travels and thinking, did I? No, I wouldn't have sold my soul. No, that's not something I would do.
Make an investigation check. This one is a free action because this is just part of what's going on in your head.
Did I lose a bet with some hellhounds?
Oh, yeah, no clue. Nothing you can think of, even remotely, would explain why a pair of hellhounds is traversing the countryside of this very famous land, whose name I haven't actually mentioned because I don't know where you guys are and I haven't actually made that bit of the story up. But this land, you know, or the town, led by the Duke, right? You have no reason why any of these hellhounds would suddenly traverse the forest to try and get at you. But they are, and here they are, specifically for you. All right, what do you do with your action?
Okay. Oh, did it do the wisdom save?
The wisdom save for...
It took damage.
That one, it already saved from it.
Yeah, that one's already saved, so he's already...
The one down below is...
Yeah, the one down below hasn't been
The one
damaged.
down below is laughing. Sorry, I thought it was the same one. Sorry
Yeah,
about
no, that's this dude here.
that. Okay.
He laughs
Yeah.
like Muttley does, like if you've ever watched Wacky Races.
I'm gonna walk up. Let me move myself. Okay. So that's... can I get all the way there?
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah.
Get there.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, there we go. And I'm right here. In between, just in case.
All right. As
And
soon as you get within melee range, you notice that its nose starts to pick up. And it turns back at you. And in Infernal says very clearly,
It's you. You are the one we seek.
Pray tell who seeks me.
well, them. They seek you. We,
Them.
us.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
No, it says we, as in
I said
the
seek.
me and the other guy.
No, I didn't hear the we part.
Oh, okay.
We, as the hound looks behind him, his friend is laughing.
I'm gonna turn my attention away from the Hellhound and turn to Argento. He looks kind of beat up.
Argento looks a little beat up. He's taken a decent blow. You can see some scorch marks on his person. Guano is definitely not in a much better place. He's been burnt alive, the poor bat familiar. And Demiros is he's kind of Demiros and Argento are kind of in the same space, like in terms of how damaged they are.
Wounded.
Yeah, wounded.
So, could I take my action to disengage from melee range?
Well, you spent this action walking up, so you don't have to walk up right to it if you want to, so you don't need to disengage.
Okay. Got it. Then I'm going to try to draw its attention and go this way.
Trying to distract it, eh? Alright, make a persuasion check.
I don't know why they want my soul. I'm just doing what I can over here.
Nice.
Okay. With that persuasion check, it will ignore the others and go straight for you.
Looks like it's hunting you.
Yeah. Alright, this Hellhound is going to try and make a will save as a full round action to try and break free of his basically his laughing. Okay, here we go. Will save... or wisdom save. Natural 20. Alright. He can't do anything else this round. He can only just break free of it. But that is all he does. The next one Will with Reckless Abandon go 5, 10, 15. Argento, you will get a free attack against him as he rushes past you.
So with the Warhammer, we're gonna
Yep.
damage.
Oh, no, you'll need to make the attack first.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Perfectly acceptable mistake. Alright, now you can do the damage, which you can reroll if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll reroll.
Oh, nice. Bang! Another heavy blow to its back. You hear it yelp in pain as it turns its attention to poor Esther. Esther, it opens its jaw and tries to bite at you. And does so quite ferociously, dealing 15 points of damage. As it bites into you, you yelp in pain as the teeth and fire within its mouth seem to bite and cauterize the wounds.
Oh, that's at least a good thing.
Yeah, you're not going to bleed out. Good point. All right, the horses, seeing the Hellhound now even closer, start to panic yet again. You've still got a bit more time thanks to the actions of Vagag earlier on, but they're now again panicking. Vagag, it is your turn.
Alright. Seeing as these horses are getting startled even though now that the Hellhound is closer, I'm gonna run up to Demiros' side.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say that was a funny joke after realizing what it was. And thank you for that. As I'm going to go ahead and try casting Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt?
And it is prone, right?
The one down the bottom? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that helps though. It's a saving throw, isn't it? Or is it attack? Oh no, it's attack action.
Attack.
Yeah, so you get advantage as you gather up your energies.
Yes. Wait, why is it disadvantage?
Good question. Oh, it's in the darkness.
Oh shit. So that would just be a regular, which the first one was a 17. So
And where are you getting your second disadvantage from, if any?
I have a second disadvantage.
No, I'm wondering if you do.
If you're doing ranged attack against the one down the bottom and it's prone, then it's harder to hit.
Ah, that would be why.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, it's harder to hit with your ranged attack. Oh, alas! As your lightning bolt strikes, it flies over the head of the creature.
Ah.
Yeah, sorry, prone is good for melee, not so much for ranged.
Yeah, alas. Oh well, we live and we learn.
I thought prone was just in general, but okay.
Yeah. Demiros!
Okay. Seeing as that Hellhound down the bottom got up again.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I'm going to try and put it into a magical slumber.
Ooh, very nice. How many hit die do you guys have? All right. Cool. All right. You begin to gather your energies and cast your spell. Reaching forward. I believe you roll some dice. That's the one.
Oh.
You can put 23 hit die worth of people to sleep. All right.
What?
I hope that's enough. Play a lullaby.
All right. All right. It falls to sleep. It is now unconscious. And prone. And the like.
You said 23 people, and I'm like, whoa.
Well, no, 23 hit die. So these things have 7 hit die. What's the range on it, by the way?
20 foot.
Okay, so yeah, you won't be able to get the other one as well, but you'll definitely put that one to sleep. He hits the ground hard, and is now fast asleep.
Also,
right.
I would want to try and get them both because it affects just all creatures in 20-foot radius of the point.
Yeah. Oh, right.
When-
Oh, so if you aim in the middle, yeah, it'll affect everyone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fall asleep.
All right.
You're the only one awake. No.
All right. The bat is
and
dead. We get rid of you.
as my bonus action, I shall inspire Argento.
All right. Argento, you feel a surge of energy inspiring you. For a bard has the ability to grant you a plus 1d6 on any particular check or roll that you wish to make. An attack roll, not your damage, but any like d20 roll, you get an added plus 6 should you wish it.
All right.
All right, Argento, it is your turn. Esther has been backed into a corner.
Alright. Sure. I'm going to move just a little bit closer so I can get within range. And can I take the +6 on this attack?
Sure, make your attack, and if you make your attack, and we're gonna also add your d6 to it. Ooh,
Oh.
all right, roll your d6. So just pick it up and drop in the chat box.
I did it again.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that is.
Is that enough?
Let's see. Where is your AC, good sir? AC of 15.
Oh,
Just shy. Just shy, alas. All right. All right. As you've swung, your hammer actually misses this time.
almost
Esther
inspired to hit.
almost inspired the hit.
Absolutely.
Missed it by
Just
that
missed.
much. Okay, Esther, you're backed
So
into a
first of all-
corner. This thing growls at you
Are you
wickedly.
able to? Sorry. Are you able to cast healing spells on yourself as well? I wasn't ever sure of that.
Yes, you are. Keeping in mind, you will provoke an attack of opportunity if he can reach you.
Oh,
But you can use a guarded step to go to here, if I can suggest, and you'll then be able to heal safely.
okay. I'll do that. I'll take the guarded step and do that.
Very well. You take a move action to step across without provoking. It sort of snaps and snarls, but does not manage to make an attack against you, and you begin to channel your healing energies.
Is that movement or move action?
That's a move action.
Okay.
All right.
Let me.
And what are you casting? Healing
Well,
word?
Cure Wounds is my action, so I can't do that one.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, move action is different from regular action?
Correct. You in a turn, you have a bonus action, a move action, a regular action, and a reasonable amount of free actions.
Got it. Oh, okay. Okay, as my action, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right. So now there should be a plus sign next to that spell. Just drag and drop that onto your character token, and it'll heal you.
Did it?
As the healing energies engulf you, you heal 4 hit points.
Alright. And then for that bonus action, let me make sure it is a bonus action.
Mhm.
Sure is. I'm going to cast, so I'm going to get rid of that one spell slot. One of my second level spell slots, Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh, very nice. I like that. Okay. So, with that, what is the shape of your weapon?
Well, let me think. I'm going to say, you want my soul? And I'm going to lift up my hand in a spectral version, and just like a specter, basically, is going to appear behind me. A very death shroud ghost looking thing with a large hand.
Your soul.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's going to make okay. Cast.
Wow.
Damn.
Nice.
Roll your damage on it.
That's the best kind of spell.
Okay. Damage.
Yep, drop your damage.
Does it damage do it?
Drop that damage. Drop that damage on
I
that
thought I did the
hellhound.
damage. I thought I did the damage. There it
There
is.
you go. Boom!
Nice.
9 points of damage
Nice.
as this spectral version of Esther reaches and grabs hold of its muzzle, and as it does, just this energy of light just passes straight into the skull of the Hellhound. Bloody wounds start to appear over its body, and it starts to leak more of that fiery, boiling blood. It tries to shake it off. All right.
Sleep.
Yep, that guy's asleep.
Lee?
Oh, he's laughed himself to sleep.
Laughed himself to sleep. No, it's he's kicking his leg and he's still laughing, like. Yeah, so discerning. It's so unsettling to see a Hellhound doing this. All right, now here is the moment of truth. It is going to attack Argento, as you are nearby. And these creatures are smart enough to realize that, well, you hit pretty hard as well. And while this spectral creature is, of course, a danger, moving to try and finish off its prey would be risky, even for it, especially in its current state. So it's going to try and take out Argento first. Oh! But Argento, you are ready for it. You are a battle-hardened soldier and have come to experience many, many battles, as we are now going to play our 2 next cards. Moment of Indecision, where it hesitates to attack Esther, and Second Wind. Argento, you get a free attack. Esther, you get another spiritual weapon attack. Both of you may target this Hellhound.
Yeah. All right. I'll target it with a Warhammer again.
Crits, more crits.
Nice.
All right, and deal your damage. And Esther, if you want to do the same thing with your...
Max damage.
Ooh, it is down. It falls to the ground. It is unconscious. Esther, do you want to deliver a finishing blow?
Okay, I'll try.
I don't know. You don't have to. You'll just do it. Say you will, and it is done.
Okay,
Let's do it.
All right.
let me cast.
Super.
All right. Sacred Flame bursts into the air and then ignites it. The body is erupted in holy fire, and it howls in agony as it dissipates.
Yes.
Now, we are out of initiative, but as this happens, you can hear the sounds of a second howling and then a yelp as the flame from the other Hellhound is also extinguished.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You take a moment to gather yourself as you just kind of catch your breath.
Well, after all that excitement, maybe we should relight the fire here and finish off this stew.
Yes.
But there's no food
All right.
around.
Now, let me get this going real quick.
You know, for a teacher, I don't seem to know exactly what I'm doing.
All right. You begin to go towards the site of the camp. Do you mention about the other Hellhound disappearing mysteriously?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's,
That wasn't my doing. Maybe they were linked in somehow.
I would have gone to calm down the horses, so.
All right.
maybe, yeah.
Is that your
It's just-
real flame?
I thought that was...
As soon as you do so, a man appears from the darkness. He steps out and towards you and says, "Greetings."
Me, I am called Arigel.
What?
I have been sent to you to deliver this message. If you are creatures of honor, you will come to my master's aid at first light. For it is not advisable to travel the Svalich woods at night.
A most gracious invitation, oh man from the fog.
Indeed.
His voice just changed.
Well, since we seem to be somewhat lost, I suppose an invitation is better than none. Would you perhaps be able to lead the way for us?
Take the west road from here for some 5-hour march down through the Svalich woods. There you will find my master in Barovia.
Barovia.
Now, he says the word Barovia, and it is not the name of a nation that you know.
I didn't know we were in Barovia.
You seem to know what place we're in.
I like the sound Barovia, though. It reminds me of music.
Michael, I'm gonna attempt to cast Detect Thoughts on him.
As you do so, you're immediately caught off guard. Your mind begins to flood with visions. Clouds of bats and a pair of eyes seem to notice you from within the swarm.
I immediately cut it. Whoa.
Very well.
Didn't you need another bat?
All right. He's waiting your response. Will you go with him to his master's will you go to his master's mansion? Will you go to Barovia?
Can we ask him who his master is? Who is your master?
Who sent me? It was Burgomaster Kolian Inderevich. It is he I serve.
Does your master usually extend his hospitality to lost travelers?
Of course.
Well,
Well, were those
always
his hellhounds? Did he send the hellhounds before he sent you?
No.
Love this.
This guy.
I don't trust it, but I never turned down some good hospitality. Especially in these scary woods like these.
it does sound a better place to begin our revelries, for we are victorious tonight.
Yes. We are a bit lost here. We don't really know where we're at, or sort of out in the middle of nowhere. So I say yes. Maybe this guy can lead us to somewhere that can help us.
All right. Esther?
Your master isn't perhaps looking for Esther's soul as well, though, is he? Just out of curiosity.
Dude, that was a secret.
No.
That was a secret. Does this man, what does his confidence look like? Does he look like he's averting his eyes or has some sense of false presence?
He seems to have an outwardly appearance of a messenger, or, like someone who's supposed to look very approachable. Most messengers do have that kind of, what do you call it? An air about them. Make a insight check as you kind of try to size this dude up.
I have a question for him too after her.
Sure.
Ooh, nice.
All right. With that, there is definitely a fear that circulates around his presence.
And this fear, is it fear that he has or fear that he makes others feel.
You feel as though he might be afraid of something.
Don't worry, baby. We'll follow.
I do have one question as we kind of follow him along the way, working with him. You're the first human or creature we've seen other than these hellhounds in these forests? Have you happened to see any other people that belong to this cart over here? They seem they might be students of mine.
Yes.
Okay, I will go with you.
He says, very well. I will look forward to informing my master that you will be arriving soon.
Now our roads part. I hope that I will see you again. Maybe in Barovia.
He bows, and as mysteriously as this figure appeared before you, he disappears back into the night.
Didn't you tell us to follow him?
And, well, no, he says he said to take the road. But that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in and tuning in. We are going to do a very quick breakdown of today's session, just to kind of share our thoughts, share our feelings, and then we are going to hang our hats for the evening. So we're just going to do this round robin style. So let's start with none other than Vagog. Vagog, how do we find today's game? What is some of your most, what is your most memorable moment from today?
So just about everything in this game is memorable for all of this. It's gonna be an amazing game. I learned something new today.
Oh yeah? Bats have low hit points?
Yeah, although it's I can resummon it because of my spell, but no, the fact that like when you attack a ranged creature or attack something that's prone with range is disadvantage. I had no idea about that. So that's new, but yeah, so yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed calming the horses down was fun. I'm gonna probably see if we can take them with us, but you never know. Yeah, I really enjoyed today.
Nice. All right, Tim, how did we feel about today's session?
I thought it was very good fun. A lot of twists and turns that were quite unexpected. So that was pretty much what I was expecting. So that's good.
Excellent.
Not expected was expected.
I expected your things that I wouldn't expect. Ha 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 ha.
I was expecting unexpected, and you did it. Perfect.
I do have another question. I do have another question for you because I feel as though this is also is this the first time I've run a game for you online, like rather than in person?
It's the first time we've done streaming.
But I have done online games for you before.
We've done a few online games, I feel like when everyone was locked inside.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did we? No. We used to have we had like a group and then someone would be away.
I've worked. Okay, so yeah, maybe this is the first one you've run. I've played them with you.
Yes, you've played with me online. So as probably the first time, like as someone who has known me the longest, right, and you having played with me in person, how do you think I compare playing in person or running games in person to, running games online like this? I'm curious, just as a general thing.
I found there's actually less distraction going on in the online game, because the offline game is just like cats jumping on the table and food coming in and out.
You leave my cats alone.
You leave my cats alone.
But this one tends to just continuously flow for the 2 hours.
And yeah, seem to get more stuff done in that kind of format. Yeah, fair enough. Nope, I greatly appreciate that. And also to
the ones, let's just say they're more casual. So it's a longer session, and we just sort of have a bit more
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, I kind of like that about these games where it does feel like, I mean, we're not rushing, right? At no point are we like kind of hurrying along. We're just spending less time on the kind of chewing stuff that, you know, we don't use. So it's more of the game that we actually get to experience, which is awesome. Yes. Also, to answer AK Ryder's question, yes, me and Tim live in Perth, Western Australia, the most isolated city in the world before COVID. So we aren't back to business as usual, mind you. Like everyone is still kind of, you know, being careful and stuff like that. We're doing like international quarantines, locked up borders and stuff. But for the most part, most day-to-day life, all we have to do is like track our movements versus actually having to, you know, like fully be in lockdown or anything like that. So we're actually doing pretty well. Not as well as the Northern Territory, where the 30 people that somehow live there they're fine. None of them have COVID. That's no, that's my dig at them. We love Northern Territory. I love the Northern Territory. Yeah. All right, Argento, or should I say, Charles, how did we go for our first game?
Oh, look, it was pretty exciting, to be honest with you. I really loved how it was unexpected. You know, things kept changing. So we start off on one thing, and then, you know, we get drawn into Madame Una's office and sort of tarot card reading, and then we start off on a mission, get drawn away. So it was really good. I think for me, being the first time, it was a little nervousness about, you know, just general play, but it felt really good. And I think there was one thing there I wish, looking back, I wish I would have sort of, because I can't speak Infernal or whatever, but we should have asked the Hellhounds who sent it. That should have been a question we asked. I look back and think, oh man.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny you say that. Esther kind of tried to ask that, and if I'm being deadly honest, they don't know who sent them. Oh. So they just simply get the order. Yeah, they just simply get the feeling or the order. Like they hunt down the people who they need to hunt down. That's kind of where it is. Yeah,
because you know that the whole incense part where the smell of the incense and it smelled familiar. It was had me thinking for the rest of the time, like, what does that mean? Why do I smell this?
Yeah,
something's attached to this. Yeah,
I love the fact that you're kind of digging into the puzzle side of things too. So that's kind of cool. I love that.
That was awesome.
No, great man. That is
surprised when they actually answered me back.
So traditionally, these creatures actually, they actually understand Infernal but don't speak. I kind of like the idea of Hellhound speaking because I think that's absolutely fear-rending. You know, like I mean, like just oh my god. Yeah. So I'm very keen on that. So I would definitely love to like portray these kind of characters. So that's just
if Argento was gonna speak Infernal as well, Regard was totally just pop his head out of the bush and be like, "You all speak it!"
Yeah, everyone. It's like the only person who doesn't speak it is the scholar. All right, all right. And lastly, Esther or Mac, how did we feel about today's session?
I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. I'm glad. I mean, like you're the person, and I mean this like, you know, I care what everyone thinks, but you're the person I want to impress the most, right? Did you have any favorite bits? Did you have any things that you thought really worked or didn't work?
I did have a few. I think that you played Madame Una very well. I'm very happy that you used Chef.
Oh yeah, thank you. I did try. I'm not as I definitely don't have the accent down as much as you do. Normally it takes me a good few months to kind of nail something. I was originally going to go with something a bit more Caribbean, like Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean. But then that would work. Yeah, then I kind of ended up leaning a little bit closer to the New Orleans thing because I was like, you know what, I wanted to kind of have that similarity and stuff like that. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you appreciated it because nothing makes me feel better than feeling like, you know, that was worth it. It was worth me spending the time listening to these voices and practicing it. Because sometimes it's just like, yeah, whatever. So, there you go. All right.
You have very quickly given me an interesting dilemma of why does someone want my soul?
That's true. I wish to give you a little bit more on it, but for now, however, We have lots of mysteries and an adventure which has now just begun. And guys, we are going to meet here every week for Curse of Strahd. So I hope that you guys who are still here have enjoyed it, and we'll come back next week. But before we go, first of all, we're going to go raid someone. But before that, I'm going to talk about the Curse of Strahd bit that I kind of went into. So my first impressions of Curse of Strahd when opening it is a big book of setting stuff. I am very accustomed to Pathfinder adventures where the module and the adventure and the narrative is kind of laid out in front of you in a very direct way. This is more like a series of little adventures that you can take at any point in time and guide your players to going towards. I don't like that. I think that for me, I'm an old, I like beginning, middle, and end. I don't like 15 beginning, middles, and ends, and then having to decide what order to do them in. I understand it's a bit more sandboxy and stuff like that, but I am working outside of my comfort zone. Now, the start of Curse of Strahd has the group meeting some sort of tarot reader, which, as you've noticed, I tied into Esther's character because Esther is a medium. So that was kind of one of the important things, and this is something I can tell every GM watching. Don't forget, even if you're running a module, if your module says, hey, this NPC is here and they do that and stuff like that, but you have the opportunity to make a connection to your players, always make that choice because they're a part of this character in an integral sense. And I'd much rather have Esther have a emotional connection and a backstory and a tie to this NPC who in the grand scheme of things is not a major player in the Curse of Strahd adventure, but it makes Esther feel more lived in. It makes the world feel more lived in. It makes them feel like this is their adventure and that this is what they're doing. And that is your job as a GM. It's not to just sort of read the book. Otherwise, I may as well just open the book and start reading it to them. They are a part of this world. They are a part of this adventure, and never, never, ever hesitate to do that and to make them a part of that. The second thing was the tarot readings. I'm really glad that Fantasy Grounds had a means to do that. I did have my own cards, but I reckon if I had my head down here and I was just flipping through pages and stuff, which I already was, I think I would have liked it a lot less. So I'm really glad that, Fantasy Grounds had that. And it also had the little, let me see if I can scroll up real quick. And you can kind of see. Yeah, it had all the little notes. So I didn't actually need to. No, stop that.
As in you can go to the notes because I copied everything.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So there, you can see, Two of Glyphs, missionary. I can see the Garden of blah, 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 blah. So I didn't even need to do anything. I didn't need to look it up. I didn't need to read it. I didn't need to pull out that information. Didn't need to paste it and share it to everyone. All I needed to do was have my players, just see what it was there. It was right there on the screen. So that, for me...
I could also drag it out of the chat box into the notes box, and it just copied it automatically for me.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, you can basically copy and paste it. So Tim very graciously has, where's the notes section here? On my sheet, there we go. So then you can basically put down all these notes. So yeah, and then you can see everything that was actually said. So that's really cool. I love that idea.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Tim, by the way. That was awesome.
Yeah.
No worries. I thought it might be something we want to reference later on, but also...
Absolutely.
I'm thinking of all this stuff that we don't ever think about. He's like, I got it.
Yeah.
There's also, as we interact with each other, the cool various bits of fate that we know the other person got read out for.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't need to ask anymore. You guys can just reference that yourself on your own pages as well. All right. That brings us to the end of the show. Again, thank you very, very much to you guys. Thank you because you guys are, of course, my patrons. You support the channel. You make sure that I can continue making content. And that is absolutely awesome. And I greatly appreciate it. I hope that these games are worth it. In addition, if you in the audience would like to be join my Patreonship, there is one more seat for this table if you want to join these guys, and there is two more seats on Monday for Starfinder for those people who want to join that. So if you do feel like getting into a game and having a bit of fun, hanging out, by all means, head on over to patreon.com/DeadAussieGamer, which is capital D, A, and G for, Dead Aussie Gamer. And yeah, sign up, have fun. And of course, if you haven't joined our Discord, join our Discords, which will be in the links in the descriptions below for that. So, till next time, guys, as always, thank you for joining, and game hard or die trying. Farewell!
See you.
Bye.
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 I just remembered I was